All right, then we're ready for the next game of today. Lemming Train will be facing Kazna crew. After yesterday, there was some small issues, and I think they both want a bit of payback now. They want to start the game from zero, do their best, and show who is a better team. This is the second semi-final of the tournament. Yeah, obviously the winner going through to the finals will be facing Spale. Spale are doing really good at the moment, so they're going to have a hard time in the finals. Second team will go down to the small finals, and we'll be facing one SPP. This game is all first. So yeah, next game coming up. Lemming Train, how are you feeling?
We are feeling good. We hope that today we show who's the better team. We are sorry for yesterday what happened. I hope today we will show and what we can do. Kazna also show it what they can do. Skill will win.
Sounds promising. I think it's going to be a good game. Yeah, so will you win it?
Of course.
Yeah, that sounds confident. Got any special plans?
No, we've been expecting this.
Okay, what I was wondering, Abby was voted out by your team, right? You voted out Abby. You didn't want to play on Abby. Why not?
We are not sure. We just, at the moment, we don't want to play Abby.
Okay.
Finals, we can.
Oh, you might have to. So, I think your teams are ready. And then, shake hands, fair play, guys.
Good luck, have fun.
Have fun. All right, then we swing the camera over to the caster desk. Let's give you a bit more insight of the teams, and then we can rock the game. See you in a bit.
Welcome back to the Casters crew. I'm Ollie, this is Magus. We're just going to go through these two teams. We saw them play yesterday. I'm wondering if they're going to switch up the tactics on these next three maps. We've got Wide Park first, that hybrid city map, and Himmelsdorf next, your classic, most classic city map.
Exactly.
And then last, we've got your classic open map, Prokhorovka. So we've got everything in this battle. It's all to play for in the semi-final, so we'll see which team comes on top. Kazna's been playing extremely well. What do you think they're going to do to step up the game against Lemming Train?
I think Kazna really strong on White Park. They performed really well on this map.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
On White Park, they are my favorite, but in the end, I hope Lemming Train will win. But the question is, didn't we saw yesterday Lemming Train playing on White Park? I have to check. I will check short.
I think we did. I think we saw every team play on almost every map apart from Abbey. We haven't seen Abbey yet. We will probably see it in the finals. I just don't think any team's comfortable there. Did we see them yesterday on White Park?
No, it was always a third map against Kazna, but win 2-0.
Oh, 2-0, yeah.
Lemming Train win yesterday on Prokhorovka and Mainz against Kazna Crew 2-0.
So we haven't seen Lemming Train play on White Park yet, and we've seen Kazna play on White Park. So maybe Kazna are a bit more confident on this map. So we could perhaps see the first game to go into Kazna. But then we've seen Lemming Train play on Himmelsdorf very, very well.
Exactly.
I mean, they did lose to Spale yesterday on Himmelsdorf on that grudge match, but I think they could come back. They've learned a lot of lessons, I think, and we could see them take that one.
Yeah, maybe we see the third map again on Prokhorovka. If you remember the game yesterday, we crashed on the half of the map, and then we started again. Both teams used the same tactic. Lemming Train was started from the north position, directly pushing 1-2 line. So remember right, against Kazna. And it was really intense and really awesome game.
The games on Himmelsdorf have so far been pretty spectacular, I think is the only word to call them. You just saw the players of Kazna Crew. They look pretty chilled out. I mean, Kazna Crew is a pretty chilled out team as it is, so don't expect them to be freaking out or anything like some other teams do. But there was some smack talk between these two teams, so we'll see if they can make the other team chew their own words. But I think both teams are ready, so...
yeah, but tank picking has not started yet, so we got a few seconds.
Yeah, we're going to do some tank picking, I think. What do you think, T69s?
On White Park?
A pretty good hold-down tank, so...
Let me check. Kazna is starting from north position and Lemming Train from south. I expect Kazna playing with the T69, from north.
Yeah.
But Lemming Train from south, I think they will stick to 3 T6.
Obviously, the T69 is going to be able to get behind the Dune thing, the railroad.
The fast spot directly know where's the enemy team. So I think Kazna will use one of them.
Yeah, and I mean, from the south, you're obviously a little bit of a disadvantage because you can't get behind that hold-down position particularly quickly. I think the south is a lot harder to play. I mean, you can still win. We have seen teams winning from the south a fair bit, but I think the north has got quite a few advantages, one of which is they can reverse. It's like that, it's in like a curve, and the north team can just reverse out of any trouble.
Yeah.
And
they
also
got double cover. Even if the enemy team switch up the side, they got cover from this curve.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously the teams can...
we're going... No.
We're just going to go over a map video.
It's not the battle. No, it's not the battle. It's just a
test game, I think.
Yeah. I think they're just testing settings or whatever. Because I didn't expect Kazna playing with 2 E100s. Yeah.
We just had a little look at the map. They're just testing. I think they're testing a couple of things out on the computers. We should be able to get in game any second now. The lags are fine.
Everything is working.
It looks like all the technical issues we had yesterday have been fixed. So they're just gonna. The teams were just checking that. It is the semi-finals. There's a lot to play for. So they want to make sure everything's okay.
You have to check your graphic settings as well. You change your hotkeys, everything. You have to be sure that everything is working for you. You have to do a test battle.
You don't want to lose out on €5,000 because you didn't have your hotkeys.
Then you better have to test,
Exactly. And
you don't want to lose because you miss a key or can't move or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. That's happened before, actually, in a couple of tournaments.
On Katowice, it happened also to a team. They lose a round because one player didn't make his hotkeys ready and he can't move anyways. And I think it was with OM on World Cyber Games.
I heard about that.
Abu didn't were able to move his 1390 because he didn't set the keys proper.
But I think these teams are wanting to really show what they're worth, so they're making sure everything is 100% correct, because this is the calm before the storm. This is the first game, the first offline event of the World of Tanks Pro League. So there's a lot to play for in terms of reputation, and also
really a lot of prize money. If we can face the whole amount for all seasons, it's $2.5 billion.
$2.5 million for all 5 regions, like $300,000 in the kitty just for Europe.
For Europe for the season, and we got 3 seasons this year. One starting on 1st of April, going to the summer, and the second one was the final on the Gamescom, and the third one in the winter. Perfect.
Winter,
the whole year.
So it will run a bit like what is it? Intellectual Masters winter seasons.
You mean?
IEM winter. Yeah, it will run a bit like that. So there'll be seasons. Each season will be about 3 months long. So 3 seasons in a year, pretty much.
Yeah.
And
perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
For a World of Tank player, perfect.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, each season has got so much money. I mean, potentially, if there's a team that dominates for a year, they can live off the money for a year easily.
Yeah, if you win first place in the league and in the grand final, where all regions, as a CIS states, European, North America, Asia, Korea,
Southeast Asia, and China.
And China, when they all get together, they all play for the really big money. Can win around $500,000 in 1 year with a team. Even if you split it up, it's still nearly $80,000 per player.
It's just insane. I mean, people are not earning that much like in a normal job at all, and I think you got to remember that quite a lot of these guys are pretty young, so I don't know how they're going to use all that money. I mean, look at Spala, they're such young guys, so much talent. I mean, if they won that kind of money, that's like, how are they even going to spend it? Like, buy a car? They're not old enough.
It's so crazy,
I couldn't think of it.
Numbers, you can see the dollar signs in their eyes.
Exactly. They'll be like, well, that's the thing, they got so much time to improve. They're so young. If they continue playing the game, and obviously this is just the beginning for World of Tanks Esports, so if they continue playing, we could see them. We could see them really improving and coming out. Potentially this year, end of year, into next year, as the best team
here on this offline event. I expect also it's one of the favorites for the first Pro League season.
It's the same with all these teams. I mean, they're all young teams. It's still a young game, so we could see them. We could see any team really coming out on top. There's only 4 teams in this offline event. We'll have 12 exactly.
12 nearly equal teams. And we got 2 play days every week, so it would be amazing.
So two play days will mean that all the teams pretty much will end up fighting each other within a couple of weeks. Obviously, if there's 12 teams. And also, you've got to remember that once this Pro League starts off, it'll only add to the amount of games we have in World Tanks Esports as it is. We'll still have the Go For What Sunday Cups, and we'll have obviously the
national cups
Wargaming
as well.
Exactly. We'll have more What, and we'll have German Cups, Polish Cups. We'll have all sorts of things
like Super 6, the
Super 6, yeah, Easy 8, Magnum
Easy
Metal.
8, yeah. So really,
is
so
much to do.
if you want.
If you wanted to. It'll be crazy. I mean, I think there'll be weeks where there literally won't be a day without the same team playing every single day. I mean, it used to be where there was we had like a year and a half in, I think it was 2011, 2012, where we didn't have a single tournament. I think it was a year actually.
Yeah,
we started in September,
yeah.
and like in July or August we had a tournament. It was like almost a year where we just had nothing to do.
Only training and Sunday Cups.
So Sunday Cups, yeah, and also we had some like little internal cups as well. I think quite a few clans had little internal cups as well.
Okay.
And also company battles.
More or less only training matches.
Yeah,
not for the real money like we're playing now.
Yeah, and obviously if you play the same team over and over again, it's kind of boring. And also you get a bit too used to how they play. I mean, it's good to train against a team, but if you're just training against the same guys over and over again, it's
but after 4 or 5 trainings, you know exactly what they want to play. And even if you try new tactics, they expect it more or less. So it's not the same like playing on this high level constantly every week. But I think the teams
both
are ready.
Yeah.
And
there won't be any map videos since we've already seen it, so we're jumping straight into the second game.
Oh, Lemming Train plays with a T69, a Tier 4 RT and a Tier 5 Sting. That's really crazy for Lemming Train.
That's weird, yeah.
And this from South, huh? It's really strange.
Yep, but this is the first game, Lemming Train versus Kazna Crew.
Yeah.
This is all to play for in the semi-finals of CeBIT. Hanover. We'll see which team comes up on top. I think I'm going to be following Lemming Train.
Yeah, it will be really exciting what they want to do with this RT and the Tier 5 Scout. They definitely will get the total map control, but they lose so many hit points. Even if Kazna, they got a KV5 with massive hit points. I think
the Lemming Train know they can't win the outright battle in the middle, so they're trying to do something a little bit unusual. And I think it could pay off for them. I know they're pretty clever guys, so whatever they do will probably end up working. This Lemming Train are the favourite to win this tournament, but it's who kills, who wins this game, and that's all that matters. It doesn't matter who's the favourite. It's Manchester United still lose some games in football. It doesn't matter. Yeah,
but let's switch to my view. Let's check out what Kazna is doing. They're playing really passive. With Pilauda, we saw this position yesterday as well, behind this building, just sniping. But now they extended this position and they set a second one also behind for snipe. And the KV5 is going for the bridge to just spot with this with the 5100 T1 doing the common job. Going to C1, just for a spot on D1, second one on B0 on the other side of the map. Where's the RT located?
It looks like the whole of Lemming Train have just gone onto the green side. The only green side of that south spawn. They're just using TP-2 kind of passively at this point, although they are pushing it in now. I'm wondering if they're just trying to get the TP-2 behind, perhaps act as a little distraction and get a couple of shots on with that grill. The grill with gold ammo can do about 750 average, 6 to 750 average damage, so it's a great little thing if you get a couple of shots off.
Flip is now going really aggressive. Spot the T1, managed to
kill him. Spot the T1, but will he get sniped down by the Kazna Crew?
No, they got no fire line actually. The problem is they recognize, okay, the scout is on the other side. We get spotted by the T1. They know where we are. We have to move, and they're moving forward on the 2 line, just past the bridge, and now going into the city near the cap.
It looks like Kaswab just did a shot onto the Kazna guys. He did miss it, but if Kazna get in a position where they're kind of surrounded, which it seems to be happening now as they push so heavily into the city.
The big problem is now that Kazna can't go back for the cap. If 50 is like starting to cap, Kazna have to move back with an heavy, and Puzzling can easily snipe him with the 50-100 from behind, even the RT, so they have to move on the open. The RT is also in a good position, and now Kazna is like trapped. They can't do anything. They get capped, they have to drive back with the heavies on the open and just get sniped. Like Puzzling do, perfectly.
Puzzling's do now, but the question is, will Puzzling actually get taken down? No, he moves back. He could have been in a dangerous position there if he got tracked. But the thing is, this is still a close game. We could see Kazna doing something incredible, but Pig Hunter is coming up from behind with that AMX 50-100.
It's really strong gameplay by Lemming Train actually.
Yeah, it's
They're totally
genius,
controlling the map, just getting the enemy into the position where they want them, can use the RT, every tank, and without spotted. And Kazna is totally trapped. They can't do anything actually. Maybe a full push to one side. But yeah, they're losing hit point for hit point and do no damage. Really, really nice.
The KV5 has got a lot of health, 1,780, so he can take an absolute pounding. But Pig Hunter has that autoloader. He's going on to Haiba. Pilauda's coming up behind to try and support him, but Pig Hunter does get a shot onto Pilauda. It's 2 against 2. Ilionex in that T69 against Pig Hunter in the AMX 5100. But here comes Puzzling on 57% health, but he is getting shut down by B3CO. If we just pop over to Kazna, we can see what those guys are doing.
Yeah, Pilauda tried to help the KV5, but it was like baiting because Alien X comes from the side. They managed to finish this 5100, but they lose 2 heavy tanks and at the same time. And yeah, no, they still can start the cap again, and Kazna can't do anything. They have to recognize they have to push forward. The only thing they can do is make advantage of the big amount of heavies they got. It's still 3 on heavies for Kazna and only 2 tier 8 tanks alive for Lemming Train. And okay, we have to push. It's all we can do actually.
Vilo Tractor is actually getting focused down. He's got 2 tanks shooting him from behind. Nalem is only on 4% health. He gets taken down by Snibber in that T50-2. Veko comes around the corner in the T32. He misses his shot onto Vilo Tractor. He'll have a 9-second reload before he can try again. And
yeah, but it's a nice move from Lemming Train. Snip didn't start to cap. You know, okay, the 5100 is a one-shot for me. I just held my heavy and support them. And now it's a T32 against the tier 4 RT, tier 5 Scout and the reloaded T69. Alien X is now reloaded. And I think he will easily finish Veko. Yeah, it's so amazing and exciting. Lemming Train, they didn't even play, they celebrate this game. It's really amazing to watch.
Kazna crew played amazingly on Y Park yesterday, but it looks like they've just been out-tactic completely. The strategy of Lemming Train is just unfathomable. There's such a clever move.
It's so brilliant. Clever. They really celebrated it. I can't say it in a better, proper way. It's just celebrating the game. It's perfectly played.
I mean, that is so ingenious, going on the green side, sending the artillery around with the TP-2, putting the guy in the cab, and then just baiting Kazna into a
yeah, for every step, they just waited with the T1 on the left side to spot the heavies. You know, the heavies were in. Okay, we can send the T52 easily in front direct through the cab. He's safe on the side. We can start cap. Then the heavies have to move back, and we can shoot them from the side. It was so amazing, perfectly played. And that's why Lemming Train is my favorite, because they handled this map so well, and so everything got the structure, everyone know what you have to do, and what you have to do is to spot the enemy, and it's perfect play.
I want to have a look at how much damage that grill did. He actually didn't do any damage in that map. He got 1 penetrating hit, which means he probably hit the mantle or something.
Maybe something.
Yeah, tracked. So he actually did 2 direct hits, and he shot 8 shells. Shame he didn't do any damage, but perhaps he tracked one of their tanks in a bad position. Yeah. So you never know, really. That's the thing about the grill. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't.
But let us look at Snip from Lemming Train. They have done 900 damage in his T52.
Insane.
Against only heavy tanks. Okay, they killed 1 T1, so 100 less, but still 750 damage against the heavy tanks. He managed to kill 3 tanks. It's definitely the game winner here.
He just came along and he finished those tanks off. That's all he did.
Perfectly.
10-20% T32s, a couple of shots, and the T32 has no answer for it, really.
Yeah.
We're just going to pop over to a commercial before we get into the second game on Himmelsdorf. This is Kazna Crew versus Lemming Train. Hilmersdorf is anything like Y Park was, we're going to have some of the most spectacular tactics I've ever seen in this game.
I'm still excited.
It's bringing the game up to the next level. I mean, this meta game is. It's just. I can't say enough about Lemming Train's tactics there. So much thinking has gone behind that tactic. I mean,
every tank perfectly works into each other. It's just that's a big machine. They work as one thing to just around. Kazna.
I mean, they're so daring as well. You can't remember that, you know, Y Park is a city-orientated map. Yeah, it's a hybrid, but there's so much city. So it's so brave to take a grill and TP-2. Like, if you're a team leader, it's so easy just to say, okay, we're going to take 5 heavy tanks on a map like Y Park. Yeah. But no, Ilionex, the leader of Lemming Train, said, no, I'm going to take a TP-2, I'm going to take a grill, and it paid off for them.
Yeah, definitely. And even if the grill hadn't done damage, it was...
it would have even done more. Yeah, it would have been insane. So, yeah, we're just going on to Himmelsdorf. We got a couple of AMX 5100s, a T69 and an IS-3, 3 AMX 5100s. Yeah, they're coming with a KB5 again.
The T69, okay.
Yeah, so we're seeing a slightly more diverse lineup than we did in the previous game. Speyeler versus
Lemming Train used 4 autoloaders, 3 5100s and a T69 and only 1 IS-3.
Yeah.
Also a risky move.
I mean, the IS-3 is a pretty good counterpart for an autoloader because you have got the
alpha damage,
stupidly amazing alpha damage. I mean, I played the IS-3 the other day and I'm just pumping 400 damage shots into tier 10s and they're just scared of me. So it's a great tank to play.
Yeah, the teams are ready, so we can directly go in, but I don't know if 4 autoloader guns will work. I think it's one too much.
Yeah, but the autoloader on the T69 it reloads so quickly
only 20 seconds, you're right,
But yeah, we're going to have a little map video, then we'll be into this game. This is the second game, Lemming Train versus Kazna Crew.
Yeah, I'm here on Kazna's side. I think I can start directly. I expect maybe a hill fight with more than 6 tanks, 3 from every side. And yeah, Kazna is directly moving up in the direction of the hill with all tanks. Only 1-2-1 is covering on the right side. What's going up on the other side?
It looks like Lemming Train are actually just pushing up the road completely. I'm following up behind Pig Hunter, and it looks like they're sending Kazna up that 8 line. They want him to get into the position behind the house, so he can just proxy spot the heavy tanks that are perhaps behind there. Pilauder does look like he's going to that position. He takes 246 damage. A little bit of a trade there. I mean, these teams do sometimes give away a little bit of HP at the beginning for no real reason, and that's exactly what happened in that situation.
But on the KB5, it's not that problem.
Yeah, it's not a big problem.
Points.
But
now the same amount like a T32.
Yeah, exactly. But still, that's the advantage of the KB5 gone, apart from it's a great gun.
But Kazna didn't like Kazma in this position. I think they want him killed fast because he's spotting them all the time. And it's a really problem, this T1, but it's not that easy to kill without getting baited from other side heavies. Yeah, but now it's getting interested. Haiba is in the T69 on the hill. A 5100 is waiting behind him. If you switch to my position, you can perfectly see how Haiba is playing with his turret here. Just cool down using his turret gun. And yeah, now Cobra Leone will go for a spot with the T1, try to find out if something from the enemy also on the hill. Yeah, and he got a backup 5100 behind him.
I don't think Pilauder is too bothered about getting proxy spotted by Kazwab, just because it is a KB5, so you do expect it to be along those straight roads. You don't expect it to do anything too dynamic, like going up the hill. So he's not too bothered. I mean, Nahalem in that T32 is going to be a little bit bothered because he's a bit faster and he can do flanking maneuvers, no problem. But it does look like Cloud has taken a couple of shots in that KB5.
I really like this T1 position here from Jagera. He destroyed the wall on the ED line to give the enemy T1 no cover, and he's nearly safe here. And it's really hard to spot them. I don't know why, but if you drive through this position, it's really hard to spot this T1. I really like this position he is playing here. And yeah, he covered totally the left side of the map, and they notice, okay, the enemy team is not shown up.
It looks like Lemming Train are actually pushing up the 8 line. They're going to push onto Belauda, who's already lost 30% health. I'm not sure how this is going to work out for them. They might get flanked. They might get capped by these 2 T1s. It doesn't look like they're keeping a T1 in G3. But we're going to see a big firefight going on in here as Pilauda gets focused down by Lemming Train. Yeah, there he goes down. The last hit by Pig Hunter, I believe, in that IS-3. But Nalem is held down.
For Netherlands, but he gets supported by Veko from the side. And yeah, the 5100 badly have to try to escape. But they managed the hit point well. The all tanks getting low, but nobody get killed.
Apart from Snip, who's on 70% health in MX 5100.
Yeah, but he still survived there. Yeah, Lemming Train played really fast, and they just know we can't stay. We have to move forward, forward, forward. If we stay, we get fire from behind from the 5100. So they're still staying on the move, and now they can just play a bit more passive and just get the 5100s reloaded.
I think Lemming Train realised that Kazna do you usually put the MX 5100s on the hill?
Copa Leone now in the cap. That's also a point. What is Kazna doing again? Kazna going for the cap. What is Lemming Train doing against it? They have to kill Copa Leone in the next 1 minute, but they got absolutely no tank near to him.
So we're going to switch over to mine as T62 tries to get down Hyber. This is the T69. This is a T69 versus T69, but still Mojo is backing up Hyber in that AMX 5100. But both these two Lemming Train tanks are on low health, so still the Kazna do have the HP advantage, but you know it's down to skill here.
Yeah, but the Autoloader really wastes a lot of shells here. Alien X and the Snip in the 5100.
Snip Stillmo just got very lucky. Vilo Tractor and Pig Hunter both missing their shots.
No, he's done. Okay. Yeah, from behind, but not in front. Yeah. And now it's 4 against 2. And the IS-3 didn't need to reload, and if still Mojo goes empty because he's shooting on the other tanks, the IS-3 can easily finish him.
Kazwov is coming up behind Cobra Leone. Cobra Leone is not going to be able to survive this one, I don't think, as Kazwov does have the HP advantage.
Yeah, and looks like Lemming Train will carry this game.
Yeah. Although still Mojo just take down Pig Hunter in that IS-3. Lemming Train
maybe
are getting
it's a turnaround.
Yeah, Lemming Train are actually getting focused down one by one as they split up their tanks a little bit too much. Stillmo does have reload, 40%.
Still on reload.
And he goes down. Nice unbelievable turnaround by Kazna crew. That's 1-1 to both teams. So great game on Himmelsdorf.
4-2. I didn't expect that they come back.
I didn't expect it.
Yeah, maybe the IS-3 was a bit too aggressive and the other tanks were still on the reload.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think Pig Hunter thought he could take him out, but he just didn't manage to.
Exactly. Maybe you have to play a bit more defense for the. I didn't expect it. But again, really celebrated game by Lemming Train in the beginning. They just know what they want to do, driving forward, doing everything right. And then in the end, this mistake, I think, from the IS-3 from Pig Hunter, he didn't play defensive, and he lost so many shells to kill the T69 from Kazna.
Yeah.
Finally, they managed to kill him from behind with Vilo Tractor, but they lose 5 or 6 shells in front of him, just bounced or miss. Yeah. And I think that's what's the problem.
I think Lemming Train were a little bit too overconfident in that map.
Maybe,
I saw Pig Hunter, and I think it was one of the MX 5100s. I think it was a Vilo Tractor maybe. Yeah. They shot still Mojo, but it wasn't a properly aimed shot. It was a rush shot completely,
shot,
and they just didn't do any damage when he just went around the corner. So I think you've got to be careful in those situations. You've got to make every single shot count.
Yeah, you have to, especially with this Autoloaders, because when the 5100 is in reload, you got 45 seconds, and in this time, so many things can happen.
Yeah. And I think that's the important thing. Some teams, when they have the advantage, they start wasting shells here and there, and at the end of the day, it does actually bite them back quite a lot
and
especially of the time.
If the 5100 is in reload, he can just drive in front of the IS-3, get the shells. Even if he dies, the IS-3 survive and kill the enemy 5100, and you win the battle in the end. Yeah. I didn't know why with this 2-shot IS-3 they're trying to hunt him 5100. Not the best choice.
No, not a good choice.
Even if they got the cap pressure as well.
Yeah, and the cap pressure and the fact that the MA5100 is faster than the IS-3. It's faster off the line. I mean, it's just got a better horsepower per ton, so it can get away from the IS-3. It can go behind buildings. It can just
or just bait him in the second one.
Yeah, exactly. But the IS-3 is pretty good one-on-one. It does have pretty absorbent tracks, so you can do the mouse trick
easily.
Yeah, exactly. But we're going to throw over to commercial before we go into the third and final game on Prokhorovka.
Yeah.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the third game of Kazna crew versus Lemming Train. It's 1-1 at the moment. Kazna crew lost the first game on... no, they won the first...
No,
he lost the first game against Lemming Train.
Yeah.
Lemming Train obviously pulling out that brilliant tactic, and Kazna Crew just pulled out quite a sneaky win on Himmelsdorf.
So the tactic from Lemming Train was the better, but in the end they make some few mistakes, and Kazna directly used this chance and come back into the game.
They just played better with the heavy tanks and as a team generally.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just now it's a question if Kazna now on the flow they win the map and will they win the third map as well, or Lemming Train said, oh, this was only bad luck that we lose this on Himmelsdorf. We will definitely win the third map, and we got the better tactics and we know our strengths.
And I think on Prokhorovka, it's such a different map from the two we've just had. It could be any team that wins this one though. They've just been playing pretty much city maps.
Yeah, and they played it yesterday as well.
Yeah. So Prokhorovka is completely an open map. It will rely on artillery a lot. So whoever's artillery player is better. I know Still Mojo is the artillery player for Kazna Crew, and Kazwab is the
Lemming Train.
Yeah, Lemming Train.
But they switched aside yesterday. Yesterday, Lemming Train was starting in the north. This time they're starting in the south. Did you think they will play the same tactic like yesterday, like the other team do against them? So both teams will go to the 1-2 line, or you expect one team will go to the city?
See, I think the teams have already shown that they want to switch up their tactics, on each map and on this final day. So I think they're going to change it up a bit. We haven't seen a team that's used, perhaps on Mines. Apart from Mines, we saw the same tactic being used, but
no, not even on Mines. They play different tactics.
Even Mines.
So, we saw only different tactics. So maybe we see today the big fight in the city instead of 1-2 line.
Yeah,
maybe.
So, Prokhorovka is such a different. It can change. The map changes. You've got your high ground. You've got your city side. You've got your green zone. So you've got a bit of everything. Yeah. So it can happen anywhere really. But it looks like everyone's ready. Tank picking is still going on. I think Kazna Crew and Lemming Train are just checking that they got all their consumables and ammo stocked up and ready. So we should be in game any second now.
And both teams picked a 5100. So maybe it's a sign for that they push to the city.
It is a bit strange, 5100 on Prokhorovka. I mean, it's
Kazna used 2 of them. I just checked and they used 2 of the 5100s and a GV Panther.
That is a strange pick. I mean, the thing about the 5100 Prokhorovka, it is actually a decent tank for Prokhorovka if there was no artillery. But the fact there's artillery means that the 5100 is 100% bait. You can easily get one shot. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw an over 1,000 damage shot from these tier 6 or 7 artillery.
Easily. Yeah, it's too high risk with the 5100 here. This map is too open, and if you get spotted and as heavy, you got no escape options like a 3090.
Yeah. I mean, the 3090 is small enough. Yeah, it is vulnerable, but it's small enough and fast enough to turn shells. But a 5100, I mean, when I see a 5100 when I'm playing my artillery, it's like, I'm going to kill that thing. It's just like bait, isn't it? It's like a square box.
It's every time the first target. You can't miss this thing.
But which side is Lemming Train going to play on? I think they're going to play...
Lemming Train is playing from south this time.
South, yeah. So Kazna will be playing north. And we saw the opposite yesterday, pretty much.
Kazna played from north yesterday? I have to check my...
Well, they played from both, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Check. Kazna against SPP in the first match. I think, if I remember right, they played in the first match also from north.
Okay, yeah. So the teams are used to playing from the sides they've chosen. But then again, I mean, the two sides are pretty similar. So which tactic they use, it really depends on the team as opposed to where they spawn on the map.
Whether they feel more common with and comfortable. I expect that at least minimum one team will go to the city side again.
Yeah, obviously. Well, I think usually on the north you see the team pushing into the green side and then south. Just because how the map works, it goes into the city. But anything can happen really at this point.
Yeah, definitely everything can happen. But yesterday as I played against Kazna, recognized, okay, they're playing so aggressive. Yeah, maybe we go to the city this time and just trying to make it with the arty. Yeah, I think the teams are ready.
The teams are ready? Yeah. We're ready. So is this going to be the second game? Kazna Crew versus Lemming Train. We're just waiting on Jagera, the light tank player from Kazna Crew. Then we'll be ready to go. So
the winner will go to the grand final for today.
Yeah, the winner will be going to the grand final.
5,000 euros.
Unbelievable. I want 5,000 euros.
Yeah.
So we got a little bit of a faster lineup from Lemming Train with a double MX-51 1390 even, and a double T-2 as well. Quite a strange choice. No T-69, which we usually see.
I don't know why.
Yeah, we thought there would be.
would like to see a T69 instead of a second 3090.
Yeah. I think we saw yesterday the T69 was going onto that middle rock position, and it just had the gun depression to shoot anyone on that open side. So it's a bit of a surprise not to see any team using that tactic. But as we said,
So, but the game is started. I think we'll see the map video now and then go live, and we will see what happened.
Yeah. I'm going to be following Lemming Train, while Marcus will be following Kazna Crew. Looks like Lemming Train are going to the city with those AMX 5100s. We could have, with the AMX 5100, we could have expected nothing over at the green zone at all. So that could potentially be a good line of attack for Kazna Crew. Let's have a little look at what Lemming Train Kazna Crew are doing.
They're staying on the same tactic like Lemming Train beat them yesterday. They're pushing on the right side with nearly every tank. Only the T-52s are spotting the mid, like you can see. Every other tank is on the right. We're just going into the vision of the T-52s. What Scopoleone is doing. Yesterday he has done so amazing scout job with his T-52. If you remember the first battle of the day, he directly go deep in the enemy side and just spotted everything. And this was directly the key to win. But Lemming Train this time is prepared for this deep spot from Scopoleone and just stay on the right side of the map, just defensive, spotting only with snip. So Scopoleone didn't spot anything here.
I think at this point both teams are looking to just get their artillery into position, get their tanks into position. Oh, Snip does take a couple of shots. I think that was a T69 and a TV-2 shot. So he is at 41% health at the moment. That's a one shot for any tank on the team apart from the T2 Light and the TV-2. So. It looks like Ilionex is actually just camping at the moment. He's going back and forwards behind this train.
Yeah, but Scopoleone is going for him, or just trying to spot. Yeah, he's just trying to spot maybe for the artillery.
Yeah. Ilionex can actually get shot unless he stays behind here. He can get shot over these little mounds. It's not a particularly hard shot, but it depends on Still Mojo, and obviously Still Mojo is one of the best artillery players on the European side.
Puzzling is spotted in the middle, the 3090 from Lemming Train. Maybe the RT will focus now on puzzling. I don't know if he is really RT safe on this position.
No, he's not really RT safe. Well, he is RT safe if he sits perfectly, but if he moves backwards or forwards a little bit, he can easily be focused down. Is he still spotted?
No, actually he's not spotted anymore.
So he's just got...
But he got a good position to snipe on the T-52s actually from this push. It's the T-52s driving back and trying to scout on... Yeah, there is a hit.
Yeah, there we go. Exactly as you said. He got a shot onto Nalem. Pretty good shot, good damage. As you can see, Puzzling was well prepared for that. He had his back towards the opposition, which meant he could just drive forwards very quickly instead of having to reverse, which is always slower.
Yeah, it's a really nice position for Puzzling here. They can go forward into the bushes, can shoot, and directly can go back behind this rock, and it's nearly RT safe. I don't know why Kazna is not moving with the RT. Maybe if they relocate the RT to E1 or just to K1 or to Tilly on the other side, they got the map control for this. They can shoot easily on Puzzling from behind.
I think they're a little bit worried about that T1 Cunningham. They haven't really scouted the whole of that side, I don't think, so they could be worried about a T1 Cunningham being there.
But the T2 Light spotted this area. He's just staying on the K line and should be sure that there is nothing. And okay, now the RT moved a bit and he's going down. But maybe the move was a bit too late. In the earlier, it would be more sense to kill the 3090. Now it's a bit too late reacted by Kazna.
It looks like Lemming Train I kind of got the little bit HP advantage in this situation. Although, you know, TPD-2s are not damage dealers.
Let's check this. Still Mojo get blind-shotted. I think he get countered by Kazwap.
It's not the first time.
He's really lucky to survive with 34 points.
Kazwap does take down Nalem. Brilliant shot in the Lorraine 15551. It's pretty hard shot hitting those TPD-2s. Very nimble, very fast. But yeah, Still Mojo has been counted a number of times in offline tournaments. Maybe just doesn't like moving.
Yeah,
I know Dr. Toya did.
Maybe the problem because he's a team captain. You're trying to do the tech and everything at the same time, and sometimes you forget to move because you're just ordering your scout. I need vision here, light here, the 39. You have to go to the other side, and then you forget about this can't be happen when you don't move directly after you shoot. And now he has escaped. He's lucky he survived with 34 hit points, and now he's moving to this K1 position.
Looks like both teams using their 2v-2 to just strafe up and down their battle lines, pretty much. As you can see, Lemming Train do have the east side, the city side and the hill. They've put that Lorraine 1551 up into a pretty good position. If you've ever played this map on Assault, when you have artillery up there, it can shoot pretty much anything past the middle zone. He does get a shot onto the TV-2, he misses though.
Puzzling is spotted again, and this time I think the Arty will try to hit him.
He's already done a shot onto, Cobra Leon. Oh, he does hit him actually. 50% damage.
Exactly. Now the Arty is in the open, Puzzling recognized, okay, they switch the Arty to J1, I have to go away.
Yeah, Puzzling is running. I think he perhaps stayed there a little bit too long. But it looks like they're sending their TV-2. That was the catalyst for these two light tanks to push on Cobra Leon. I'm not sure if they will go over this hill or not.
I think they got absolutely no
chance. Beautiful
nice
shot from Puzzling. They put a lot of pressure, but still Mojo is spotted in that GV Panther on 10% health. Will he go down? Will Lemming Train get the shots on him?
They spotted the artillery.
Yeah, they spotted the artillery. He's not going to go down, actually. Unbelievable shot from Snib all the way over that side in a TV-2 and takes down Mojo.
But Kazna decided to push. They know, okay, our Art is dead, we have to push. Let's switch over here. Veko is taking the lead for this attack. Pilauda is directly behind him, and Haiba is flanking from the left side. And they know, okay, we have to push now, we have to do something. We're back with 16 tier points.
Unbelievable shot from Kazwab onto that AMX 5100, 1.4k health. As I said, it's easy to get
the
those.
5100, that's the bad thing, and now he's finished. And I think that's done. Lemming Train will finish. It will give this out of there. And it's still a GG from Pilauda. Hyper will finish soon, and Veko is the last player. Wow.
Lemming Train just put the pressure on Kazna by taking out their artillery and the TPT-2, and it forced Kazna into perhaps a little bit of a difficult situation.
It was a move from the GV Panther. It took too long to move down to get Puzzling out in the mid. He did take it in time. He recognized it too late, moved down, and then he get even spotted.
So GG to Lemming Train. That goes 2-1 to them. Winning. They're winning. They won.
We see again our match Spale against Lemming Train in the final.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
So the final will be best of 5. Kazna Crew versus Spala.
Yeah.
I don't know what maps. We'll let you know what maps on there.
Abby.
So we're going to toss it over to the stage in a bit. Then we'll be having Simon for our analysis. But let's have a look at how much damage the two artillery players did.
This was perfectly played by Kazwab.
2.4k from Kazwab.
It's a win. That's a key to win.
Exactly.
That much.
And 400. Not damage. Still, Mojo didn't do a single point of damage, which is really unusual because he is one of the most talented artillery players. But he is also their team captain, so it's hard to multitask.
Maybe that's a problem. But yesterday he performed really well as well in the RT, and today, it didn't work that well for them. But they got still a chance for third place.
Yeah, we have a third place final soon after the final, so we are going to throw over to Stephen, and he'll have an interview with Ilian X, the leader of team leader of Lemming Train.
Yeah, it would be interesting what he wanted to say.
What a game. Lemming Train against Kazna Crew. Lemming Train taking it 2-1. I have a question on White Park. You started south. South is considered as a weaker spot, and usually you don't use artillery. So you was in a weaker position and you use artillery. Why?
Yeah, I know that you asked these questions. I think we are one of the first team who played with artillery on White Park. Yeah. It should be surprise, and I think it was really surprise because we saw the guys. They don't know how we're gonna play, and it was our surprise for this tournament.
You were dominating with the artillery on the White Park, wasn't you? Was the artillery?
To be honest, artillery didn't do any damage, but it is psychology effect. Yeah, they couldn't go like they want because they got the feeling that artillery can shoot them. And
second game, you was doing really good. And then it turned out that Kazna did turn the game, and then what happened? Yeah, we thought that we win Himmelsdorf. It was, I think, we didn't play well at the last moment, and Kazna, very good skilled players, they killed us, and they got great comeback on Himmelsdorf. And so if they see the mistake, they analyze the mistake, they see the mistake, and they're just going to use it against you, and that cost you the game. But anyway, third game, you managed to put it off then. So some good shots from your artillery again. Like
yeah, our artillery did great work on the Prohorovka, and we are really happy to win without lost any tank, because we've got some issues from yesterday, and we managed to win on Prohorovka. We're really happy about it.
How important is artillery for your lineup?
One more.
How important is artillery in general for your lineup?
Generally, it isn't so much important, but now we are playing on French tanks, light tanks. We need fast tanks, so we need artillery support. At the moment, we've got really nice artillery. He managed to. I think he won this Prohorovka match.
Yeah, he done really good. And our final question: the T69. How do you see that in esports?
T69. We don't feel it so great on Prohorovka, but Kazna did, I think, I'm not sure how many damage did T69 of Kazna on Prohorovka. We used T69 on White Park. It was something new for us. We didn't play a lot with T69. We are still need to feel this tank to know how it's good. I think the Red Rush show us how to play with this tank, because when patch goes up, we weren't sure that this tank was gonna play.
Okay then, thank you for your time. Celebrate with your team. The cast is going to analyse the game now for you, tell you what they actually done, and maybe you can learn some tactics or whatever. After that, we're going to have a short break, and then we're going to start the final games. So let's swing the camera over to the casters, and yeah, enjoy the stream, guys.
And welcome back. We've got the dynamic trio. Is that such a thing?
Dynamic trio, yeah.
We've got our first match here. We're going to go straight into it, just because it's such a good match to watch. I mean, White Park, the unbelievable tactic from Lemming.
Celebrated.
Yeah, it was
repeat and repeat
Actually,
it again.
that was
celebrated.
3 of some of the best games I've ever watched. Again, and I say that every freaking time.
It's been an unbelievable tournament.
So if we can bring up the game, that would be really cool. Oh, we have to switch computers to bring up the game?
No problem.
There we go.
But yeah, you know, I
the
think
replay number?
10.
10? Okay.
For this match, it was a kind of
not 10.
9.
Oh, you're trolling me.
which team could learn from their mistakes from the previous day, from yesterday. So I think Kazna crew played very well on White Park, so they were quite confident. But Lemming Train knew that, and they just countered it with a completely new tactic we've never seen before. And I think that's what won them.
I think the interesting thing is that you've got 2 teams with Spaller and Lemming who weren't giving everything yesterday because they were holding just a little bit back for today, and I think that we've seen a difference in the 2 teams, and I know that definitely I'm pretty sure Kazna will be really wanting to work hard to push this back up.
I think yesterday Kazna was still playing on 100%, and Lemming
Kazna was playing
just
right there, their
90,
level,
95%, and now they can go up to 105%.
They've just turned up the dial.
Exactly, yeah.
So I think we've seen that really, and that was the big thing. So, but yeah, I mean, the first game was incredible.
If you look at the map position of the Lemming Train tanks, I think that's exactly what their tactic was. I mean, look at them all sitting on the green zone, apart from T1 Cunningham.
Here, they spotted this heavies here, so they know, okay, at least minimum 3 heavies spotted here by this T1 on JK1. And then we can go straight on this T52. There's nothing in front of them. We can
apart
just
from
go
T1
in.
Cunningham.
They play the same tactic like yesterday.
Which is great, in fact. And he didn't even take him out with a shot. He just rammed him to death. So then it was not even worried about that.
Yesterday, Pilauda was staying at this area. 3 tanks were spotted here. We know they're basically minimum 4 tanks. And now they go in and they know, okay, the cap is open. We move over with the heavy, just join this position.
So that when they come back, they're setting up the trap at that
this point, Kazna had still lost the game. Absolutely no chance to come back.
You can't. Once they had decided to push into the city, that was over, because Lemming Train just had complete map control.
And as you can see, when Kazna are coming down that one line on the 2 line that road there, it's basically a shooting gallery for the tanks waiting on the other road. So they just, as you can see, they're positioning a tank basically on each different point that they could see tanks just to do damage. It's an amazing trap. So the guys just, there we go, see, he's just waiting. He's like, oh, there's a cap, where everyone can come back. They've already positioned an AMX to make the best use of that. So Amazing strategy by Lemming.
Also really intelligent from CeBIT. Didn't cap anymore, just going back. I don't want to get shooted. And now Kazna, okay, we can't go back to cap because there is nothing anymore, but we can't attack because there's also nothing. We only get shells from the side, what they want to do.
And that's the clever thing about Lemming Train. They didn't just put all their heavy tanks towards the green side, they also kept some in the city, even they knew that perhaps they'll be outnumbered there.
Yeah, and now they are aiming to the mid to the 5100, and then the T69 come from behind and shoot. They join the turrets.
It's funny as well, because I think that it's going to be a difficult game for them in this situation, because Kazna actually did a really good job, and they did what I think they should have done a bit sooner, is they went, okay, we know there's a T59 at the base, let's just clear out some of these heavies and then go back. And when they made that decision, it was just a bit too late, I think. And that was the big key problem. They made a really good tactical decision, but a bit too late. And by that time, Lemming Train had time to gather their forces together in a clump.
You get fire from every side, and just saw the track shot from the grill. And the KB5 is still staying with his back to the enemy tanks. The KB5 bounced a lot of shells in the front, but not in the back.
Well, it's funny because people were saying, why did teams use the KB5? And actually, apart from it's just raw, it has the most HP.
1,780 is insane.
Definitely can eat one shell more.
Yeah, with credit ammo, with premium ammo, it's that much HP, you can soak an entire set of shells from an AMX.
And it's not just the HP, it's the rate of fire on that tank is insane.
And the turret is high, which is also good. It's a really good tank. And they used it very well, and I know that Kazna don't all have that tank as well, so it's something that we'll look into for them, because they haven't had as much practice on it as they would like, and they've been asking, we want to be able to get back the KB5 because we want to try it and practice it.
That's one of the things. I mean, if you have to pay money for that, something like that, and obviously it's a big advantage in maps like this. Some teams, the
KB5 is one of those tanks that is something that Wargaming didn't expect would be useful, in esports, and it isn't. But when you get to a city map, there's a few tanks choice.
But he's still good.
I mean, it sort of now can be really by the 110, the new Chinese tier 8, because that's got a monster really good tank, good HP, good rate of fire, really good. I mean, it's like a slightly souped up IS-3. So in some respects, there is a better version of that. But
the KB5 just Ahsoka, it's such a big tank that
the other thing that's great about it is the height of the turret. So you can see over other tanks and over other points. So it's really good.
But we're going to go on the second map, Himmelsdorf. This actually
crazy game,
unbelievable.
The crowd, I saw the crowd there, like.
I mean,
it was so
what was crazy about this game was we thought Lemming Train had it because they did make a better tactical decision, but they just didn't play as well as Kazna.
I think that this game shows how much fun the AMX 5100 is for esports. Because yes, you can do these crazy attacks with them, but then you've got no shots left. And at that point, we were like, wait a minute. And they're all out of ammo, and then the Kazna's like, oh, good.
It's so risky. Like when you're pushing AMX 5100, you have to count every shell. Otherwise, you could be pushing with low health onto an AMX 5100, which has some shells left.
And these guys are good enough. They will be counting the shells. That's just what they do.
I wouldn't be surprised if one has a pen just going.
Probably. I mean, it's not a. These guys aren't exactly bad players. They're probably the best in Europe right now. So and they're really proving it as well, especially with how they're playing. So
I think this is probably one of the most
proxy spots.
This is one of the best moves. Lemming Train could have done in that situation.
The proxy spot on Himmelsdorf is so nice. It's so nice. But if you notice, what I like about this is Lemming Train aren't making the mistake that you often see on Himmelsdorf. They're not spreading out their tanks. A lot of the time you see teams on Himmelsdorf, they spread out their tanks along the bottom because they're like, well, we don't know where they're going to come from, so we're going to just kind of make sure that we're safe everywhere, and that doesn't stop the push.
Yesterday, a similar replay or a similar game, but they had the T1 on J1 and they didn't spot it, the 5100 going down the 3 line. And Lemming Train do it really good. They do the T1 at the G3 point here. You see,
just to check,
just cover everything here. So it's no problem to stay with all tanks here because they get early enough the information. And yesterday they had the problem.
And because you're playing with AMX 5100s mostly, you can react really fast. Because a lot of people think that you have to play with slow heavies on Himmelsdorf, but actually it's better to play with fast heavies because you need the armor, but you also need to be able to react fast because it's a really reactive map.
Not just react to the pushes from the other heavy tanks, but react to capping and the T1.
You need to move fast on this map. If you can't, then you're in big trouble. Especially when someone sends a T1 light to counter your base, which is exactly what the Kazna guys did in this game.
And I think it's worth mentioning the KV5 on this map as well. The KV5 took a couple of shots, about 600 damage, and without exchanging any health, and that kind of stopped him being such a good soaker.
this point, they're doing everything right.
Here. Yeah.
The big point is they're pushing around. They don't stay in front of the cave. They're pushing around that they don't get
if you were playing
from
a public
B8.
game there.
This game, tank don't can shoot from the side. They're just pushing in.
They take a couple of hits, but that's okay. They can manage that.
And again, and here, 5100 staying, but they're driving again through, and you can...
I don't... Even watching it now, I don't know how Kazna pulled this one back. I mean,
I also don't know. I thought it was done.
Like, what happened?
What happened here?
That's the thing. You were saying how Lemming Train weren't making the mistake of splitting up their tanks, but in the end, throughout the battle, they did split them out. They did split out their tanks.
This was the key move for Kazna, and it again shows how important the T1 light is in this game, because they were just whittling away.
This
but
was
also
key point. Snip and Alien, they shoot all together 6 or 7 times to kill this T69 and didn't even manage it. Miss all the time, you see, and then from behind the Wild Track to join and kill him.
Wasted shells.
Two missed shells onto still Mojo there. I think that was a big mistake.
That's the point. They're going to the reload. No, he finished this guy.
I think it's that they were going for the kill. They were like, okay, we've got this. You know, they just let their focus down, and they thought they had it. And at that point, they were wasting shells on their AMXs. And at that point, it was just too late for them. So it was still amazing. And look, there's 3 tanks versus 6 tanks. How did they do this? And then suddenly, 3 tanks disappear.
Everything goes.
The problem was Pick Hunter as 2-shot, just trying to hunt the 5100. I think he expected he's still on reload.
And he was just pulling around a corner when he's coming through, just taking a shot into his side, pulls around another corner, waits for him to come through, takes a shot, and he can just slowly whittling him away. And at this point, this is cool, but the AMX doesn't have any ammo left.
Yeah, he's still on reload.
Up until this point, we thought Kazna had lost this, but then at this point, we were like, wait a minute, Lemming Train only had 1 tank against 2, and they lost. It was like, what happened in those few seconds?
It was one of those games, you know, it was just a switch around so fast, and all because the Lemming guys got a little bit too carried away. They went a bit too much into firing off their AMXs a little bit too much, and then they were like, we got this. And then it was like, oh dear, we've got to reload now.
It was a classic switcheroo, I think, in that map, to be honest.
The classic comeback game. But this is the best thing. I mean, I love these switch reverse games that you get in World of Tanks nowadays. Like the introduction of these fast tanks, the much faster heavies, to allow for that more maneuverable game has made the pace of the game and the excitement a lot higher. Which
is a really good
example. So really big props to our production
really
team for doing that, you know, with the game. So
it's a really good example that you can switch the game at every time if you play well and got the opportunity to do a good move, unexpected move for the enemy, and you still can win 2 and 4 against heavies.
It's awesome. So, game number 3.
Number 3. This is, I think this one was a little bit one-sided towards Lemming Train. If we could call any of the 3 maps one-sided, I think this one...
But the reaction of the Kazna guys, I think they knew that they got away with that second game. And I think that their confidence was a bit lower, even though they'd had a win. And I think Lemmings knew that they'd made a mistake. So I think at that point they were like, we got this. You know, we're going like much more serious, turn the serious face back on. But I think there were some amazing shots, and as Stephen said, the RT basically won this game. It was incredible.
Definitely. The RT, because Puzzling was scouting for him all the time. He got the really good position at this hillside here, where we actually spotted on EF, and he stayed all the time there, just spotting for the RT. His scouts were all the time open. Even I think he also spotted the artillery while moving.
He spotted Still Mojo on 10%, because Still Mojo did get. He did get countered. If he didn't get countered, he would have survived, because he would have had 100% health, and he got killed by a TV-2, which only does about 100 damage.
More or less luck shot on the...
Actually, what I was saying before this is it was such an old-fashioned lineup.
It is.
It's very rare now that you see the 2 T50-2s in this game. You will often just see all 3 AMX 1390s, even 4 AMX 1390s.
And T7 T2
I'm actually really pleased with seeing an old lineup coming back. I guess maybe because they would have used a VK in the past, and now they're deciding against it because it's a tier higher.
But the thing is about this game, which is always interesting about Prokhorovka, it doesn't really matter if they lose TV-2s. We've seen teams turn it around if they lose both TV-2s before quite a few times. I mean, the TV-2 is good for spotting, but it doesn't do any damage. And only thing that matters in this game is how much damage you do in a firefight. So, that, you know, this guy's on 40% health, but it doesn't really matter.
I mean, really how you would look at this game is that artillery costs like 17 points, because the T50-2s are basically just the sight for the artillery, you know,
it's like the Queen Bee is the artillery, and you got your little worker.
Those 3 tanks together
this
are one
position
tank.
from Puzzling I really like. Here, behind this bush, he spot everything and is totally
And as you can see, and you pointed it out in the stream, that he's not going in there forwards like you would normally. He's turning his tank round, so when he fires, he's out of there, like super fast as he possibly can be, getting back behind his RT safe position again, and showing that like skill level being
just
a little bit higher.
It's just that extra step which these guys do, which just brings them up to the next level.
For sure.
this was also a mistake from Kazna. If they moved the artillery directly down on the K line, they got the T2 light going to K1, make the area secure. They know that T1 is even on the other side. We have to go with the RT directly to the other side to shoot them from behind with the RT. It's this is unexpected move where you can shoot the RT and decide the game. They missed this point, and
I mean, it was a calculated move, but like you said, I think at a certain point they realized that if the shots are coming from here, or if I'm not being shot here, they must have spotted me by now. Yeah. Therefore, there's only a few bushes he could be hiding in, and it really clever maneuvering that they knew, they by a process of elimination realized that he's in one of these two bushes, and they took that risk shot, and at that point
he was did 500-600 damage, that one, I think.
Yeah, he's on 10% health after one shot. I mean, he's lucky to have survived it, to be honest.
Definitely.
So it was crazy, and as you said, because he's the captain using the RT, he probably wasn't really paying attention at that point. He probably wasn't.
Really a lot of trouble.
I'm supposed to move this, aren't I, when I fire? So.
I mean, it does happen. You get tunnel vision. That's the main problem with playing games generally. People get tunnel vision, and once they do that, they find it hard just to look at the bigger picture, really. And you definitely need to do that in a strategic game like World of Tanks.
One mistake is also, I just see it now in the replay, if the RT move on the K line on this open field, they can be spotted from the mid if the enemy team going aggressive. If you do this RT move, you send your scouts aggressive to the other side to block enemy scouts from scouting.
To make them
stay
pull
on
back.
the side. You have to pull them away, make pressure, that the RT can move. But you see, it's on high ground. You get spotted from the other side.
And it's not that far from the middle zone. They were very lucky at that point, I think, for sure. And these RT players, they're not going to miss an RT moving. I mean, they just. They're good enough to hit a scout turning. They can hit an RT traveling at
especially on a map like Prokhorovka, where it's so important to kill the artillery.
And this positioning on the Lorraine, absolutely amazing. But what do you guys think of the Lorraine over the GW Panther anyway? I mean, do you prefer the Lorraine still? Or?
I think in this case and in most cases, the Lorraine does actually come out on top.
Just rate of fire? Or?
No, not even the rate of fire. The damage amount is nearly the same. We talked yesterday about it, but you can't easily move from one to another position. The GV Panther is slower. I think it's 35 or 36 kilometers, and the Lorraine drives 50, 55. So
and it's not
so
just about
faster.
that. You know, it's about the HP. Still Mojo would have been on like 30% if he was in a Lorraine, as opposed to 10%.
Okay.
So that's that as well. And you got to remember it's just how comfortable these players feel in the artillery. When you're in a Lorraine, you feel a bit more comfortable because you're a little bit quicker, a little bit maneuverable. So you're just generally happier in it. And I think that comes into the picture as well.
After
but this shot that he makes now, blind shot,
blind
with
shot
the T50-2 for that 10%. Probably would have only done about 10% as well at that range. So
I think they would have had like auto aim on as well. They wouldn't be looking in sniper mode. They would just right click, auto aim, and it just paid off for them. I mean, it was a great shot.
It was genius.
Maybe
like,
a bit
really,
lucky,
really
but he still aimed in the right direction and know exactly there was the RT position. I have to shoot in this direction.
And I think Kazna made the right call. I mean, they had to push.
They were forced in position, and they had
the shot again. RT shot.
Yeah, that's so devastating. If you say, "Oh, okay, the last chances we move forward, we're all on full hit points." Bomb. Oh. You
lose your heaviest hitter in the first few seconds, and at that point it was game over. And Kazna are not even if the other team have all low health, there's no way that they're going to actually come back from that. So
their hand got forced there, and they just got pushed into position they didn't really want to be in.
It was a great game, a really good game. So,
but that's Spala versus Lemming Train in the finals.
I think the best two teams.
It's a grudge match, though.
It's you guys. It's you guys.
It's a grudge match over there, and it's a grudge match here as well.
So I mean,
6 beers on the line.
Yeah, I mean, what we'd really like to hear is what the streamers think, what the stream chat think, who's going to win. We'll probably do a few polls, see what's going on, what people think about. But we'd love to hear from you guys which teams you want to win and why you think they're going to win of the two teams. So
I will ask the streamers.
But have a little look at that code if you can. I'm just gonna wave it around.
You can't see that. You just type it in the chat afterwards.
No. They're gonna have to stop it and then Photoshop it. I'm making people work for their codes here, man.
That's not fair.
Oh dear.
But we're gonna have a little.
But obviously we have some codes going in the chat on the breaks as well.
Yeah, we will do.
Okay.
Half an hour break, then we'll be into the finals of this Intel
Everyone's
Extreme
got
Masters.
to eat.
We got to eat.
We're going to try and actually get food that isn't in the back room. Last time we went back there and it was just a piece of bread and we were like, where did the food go?
For us 3, yes.
Yeah, we're going to have a little break. Then we'll be into the finals, Lemming Train versus Spaller.
No, first we see the third place match.
We're going to do third place match first.
Third place match, okay. Third place match. Yeah, still a
Kazna
final.
against SPP Service, yeah.
Small final.
Yeah, it's a small final.
Small final.
Oh, it's still a final. It's okay. Your point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so see you in half an hour.
30 minutes.